looks like. I seen dreams turn to ash at the end of a glass pipe. White trash roots running deeper out of sea. Pain pins turn to needles. The things I've done to numb these feelings is something that you can't outrun.
That left me down and broke. I had to hit the bottle. Had an alcoholic uncle addicted to crack. I looked back and I had to hit the bottle. When mama got back on that powder, I could see in her eyes she was hollow. Baby girl was just doing the best she knew how to do, raising a son with no father. Going deeper, I won't even bother. Taking medicine, hold it and swallow. But I can't sit and ride like the center blocks underneath this old broken Impala. In the front yard I fell with the dogs, pushing up the weight but wasn't the weight bench. When Jelly was picking up calls, back in Antioch and taking a major risk. I was in Alabama at the trailer park, banging my head on the wall. Before I could buy my little girl a doll, before Eminem ever gave me a car. I had that feeling that you have, but I hit that roof and a light flash. Look around, sit down and write that. And Yellow Wolf took off on white trash.
White trash roots running deeper out of sea. Pain tears turn to needles. The things I've done to numb these feelings is something that you can't outrun. Ain't no time that don't know. Love is extinguishable. In minutes I feel it happening, I'm feeling trapped again. It's not just in my head. Somewhere we made a turn and then it came concern. Words cut deep and they bled. First we ignored the storms till they became the norm. And then seeing your car I dread. What's left to be said when you've been left for dead? And soulmates hate instead. Right now, living as enemies. The love is dead and gone. Never thought I'd say from time to time. I hope you end up face, and now that ain't the case. How is it you just bid me? The rumor's factual now, you're spitting actual rounds. With the AR-15, you went from marrying me to dreams of burying me. The whole shit is sickening. Jumped off of me to him, and then from him to them. I'm meeting my reckoning. Right now, living as enemies. The love is dead and gone. Never thought I'd say from time to time. I hope you end up missing. Oh, I hope you end up missing. nothing you're wearing. Slit stabs and cuts my heart. I'm up and I'm staring. For me to steep your brain, your weapons speak. You're lying, a fucking demon flying. You left me weak and dying. You're such a freak. You're smiling. I'm trying to reach you, darling, but your shit has blocked my grill aside. You're wildin'. Your shit, I'm trying to sort your devil line in court. 80% of my check goes to your wildin' support. Support your wildin' ass for Oxy 30's a flake. Of course, the kids they come last for dirty whores and snakes. I can't believe that you tricked me. You're netting no strictly. Move me all up in you with all my shit. Didn't affect me, but now your powers are gone. Cause all your juices are spoiled and hell's ready and waiting on that soul you soiled. They fight like little bitches to me. I've murdered everybody. I need some switches for me. Take me someplace nobody never knew existed. Gone like a missile that missed it and gone ballistic. It's floating on anybody caught in the way. I'm falling through the future while you back in the day. And know that it's a storm coming brewing up ahead with black rain. As hot as it can get. Me off the track, off the track, off the track. Falling freely. Dip on back, back, flying with me. We off the track, off the track, off the track. Falling freely. Dip on back, back, flying with me.
Hi, Cassie.
Motherfucker, I've been dropping freestyles for 50
Not much, just chilling, playing some music before the meeting. You know the drill. We are live everywhere. If you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, anywhere that we are live streaming, you can click the link in the comment section or in the description of the video, and you can come join us live. If you want to hear a song played before the meeting that starts at 8:30, if you put it in the chat, I'll try to play it for you. Until then, we're going to listen to music until our speaker and everybody else shows up. Happy Father's Day to all the mom, dads, dad, moms, and dads. Whoa, whoa.
We drop some nuclear bombs, we trying to see smiles. I caught a shooting star inside a peanut butter jar. We bring it to the vocal booth and beam out like quasars. We draw crop circles, like print skies, purples cast out, colorful, shiny diamonds, wonderful. I'm not the one that bullshit about the thunder though. We keep it juggalo, we underground and out. Rockin' shows in my underwear, never been the one that cares. Spend every penny that we ever made on weed and beer. I'll make that rain, but the Joker cause is ever famous. And who can blame us? Their carnival became us. I'm sleeping in the clouds, sleeping through the night sky. I fantasize
skies, let you see something beyond your eyes. I seen the galaxy, 8 lucky charms off the Milky Way, but tomorrow gonna be the day. Off the tracks, off the track, off the track, falling freely. Dip on back, back, flying with me. We off the track, off the track, off the track, falling freely. Dip on back, back, flying with me. And we gon' ride high, swerve left and right high. All night we gon' ride high, swerve left and right high. All night. You gotta meet me to believe me, and be me to achieve me. Envision through your third eye to even try to see me. I'm too dramatic, I slap you with the sludge-o-matic. I'm on your TV screen, talking through the static. On the beaches of Afghanistan, talking to the reefer man. Caught in an avalanche and don't need an ambulance. Come with me, I'll show you how to relax. Dark carnival wagons is flying off the track, so come on. Off the track, off the track, falling freely. Dip on back, back, flying with me. We off the track, off the track, off the track, falling freely. Dip on back, back, flying with me. And we gon' ride high, swerve left and right high. All night we gon' ride high, swerve left and right high. All night. Off the track, off the track, off the track, falling freely. Dip on back, back, flying with me. Off the track, off the track. Violent J and Shaggy, motherfucking too dope. Forever making music for the Juggalo nation of serial killers. Worldwide. Off the track, off the worldwide, baby. It would never, never, ever, never stop. Never stop. Never, never, ever stop. Never, ever, ever, never, never, ever stop, bitch.
Again, if you're watching on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, anywhere that we're live, you can click the link and you can join us here live. The meeting will start at 8:30. Until then, we're going to play music.
Somebody better take my keys. My nigga, I've been drinking like it ain't my week. Tryna find peace, ain't no telling where that place might be. Blacked out, even though I know it ain't like me. Pardon me while I replace my drink. I play this shit, somebody better take my keys. That nigga got me really about to break my leash. Give it to her so good that she telling me it can't be free. Then it cause she with us, but she put out like an ABB. Pardon me while I replace my drink. I bet this shit, somebody better take my keys. And you can stay illuminated, but you can't see me. But you looking at the only one to make me bleed. Stay the fuck up on my lane, homie, we ain't from the same concrete. Pardon me while I replace my drink. I play this shit, somebody better take my keys. There is a chance it could take my life. I'm still behind the wheel, I know it ain't quite right. But fuck all that, the finish made my night. And not to mention, baby left with me, I laid my pipe. And she might have had a nigga, but that ain't my fight. Keep it real, don't try to hide behind a lame white lie. What's the difference when we all can see the same bright light? And we can't buy life. But you can buy a fifth and hit the motherfucking road with it. You can pay for pussy that'll kill you when you go in it. You can just assume the human ignorance has no limits. Pop a pill to counteract a pill, end up with no spirit. Living by the sick and violent nature that we prohibit. Fucking her to make sure that you bring about your own end. And they be quick to tell you put your heart in with their soul missing. No vision, no winning. If I got the bottle in my hand while I'm drinking to forget they still ain't caught up with your man. I done dealt with so much shit, I gave it all a nigga can. So I drown out with the spirit while I pack another gram. You only gotta hear me, you don't have to understand. Cause all I know is faded, I don't have another plan. Come and take my keys. My nigga, I've been drinking like it ain't my week. Tryna find peace, ain't no telling where that place might be. Blacked out, even though I know it ain't
my drink. I bet this shit somebody better take my keys. That nigga got me really about to break my leash. Give it to her so good that she telling me it can't be free. In the club she with us, but she put out like a ABB. Pardon me while I replace my drink. I bet this shit somebody better take my keys.
Again, if you're watching on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, anywhere that we are live streaming, you can click the link in the comment section or the description of the video, and you can come join us live for this meeting. If you just want to be shy, or it's Father's Day and you think you don't need this meeting, you can still click the link and join us live because it will be a good meeting. And if you got any song requests, you can put it in the chat, and I'll try to get to it before the meeting. The meeting starts at 8:30.
I wish it all was over. I don't know right from wrong. Wasted all of the time, fighting like a coward, hooked on all the power. Wasted walking the line, riding all the lies that make it so I can't let go. Time it rains, even if the guilt keeps raging, you can just pretend that this will never end. But something's changing. I can see you now. You sort of showed me how you always made me crazy. Hanging by a thread, I know that I'd be dead if I let you save me. I wish it all was over. I don't know right from wrong. Wasted all of the time, fighting like a coward, hooked on all the power. Wasted walking the line, riding all the lies that make it so I can't let go. What a waste of time. You're made of. What are you afraid of? You're such a fucking loser, a victim of your future. Show 'em what you're made of. What are you afraid of? You're such a fucking loser, a victim of your future. I wish it all was over. I don't know right from wrong. Wasted all of the time, fighting like a coward, hooked on all the power. Wasted walking the line, riding all the lies that make it so I can't let go. Wasted all of the time, fighting like a coward, hooked on all the power. Wasted walking the line, riding all the lies that make it so I can't let go.
Again, if you're watching on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, anywhere live, you can come join us live. The link is in the description of the video or the comment section. The meeting will start at 8:30. Until then, we'll just keep spinning some songs.
In the place to be, yes, it is I says me, Butcherick Bill.
Look at that fat boy eating real. Dog.
In the building. Yay. Yo! Forever. It's going down. Just like that. Forever real hip hop. That's right. For the 2000 now to the 3000 then. It's going down. Forever in your day.
This life is tricky, mean and strange. You can only be sure about one thing. Change, for worse or for better, maintain. Catch wisdom, try to gain brains. In my life, I seen a lot come and go. Like a non-stop fashion show. Very little shit lasts forever. And just because shit's new, it ain't better. I wanna be with Shaggy and Billy, my dogs for life. And I pray that I'll never change every night. I said never again, and then I did it, and did it again. I can't pretend, I won't lie. Yo, I've lost control, and it's a scary endeavor. I got it together, but it took forever. Now I want forever to be just like this. The shit I wish.
That's right. Yeah.
Relax yourself, don't you be so cold. Death around the corner, yo, but he don't know. Mama tell him go to church, but he won't go. Instead of trying to 9 to 5, he won't go. Dope man, what the fuck are they yelling? Got a meth lab, now his pocket starts swelling up early in the morning trying to hit that lick. Wanna fuck her all night, you gotta prick that dick. Heard he that shit, smoke that bowl, chase that dragon, homie, sell that soul. The fact of the matter is the world's so cold. Shit was going good until your homeboy told. So no more late night Bentley creeps, smoking dro, switching fleets. Should've known one day this shit would halt. Fuck yourself, cause this could cost you
Forever. And we bringing you forever. We bringing you forever.
Truth is, happiness is in your own head. How you perceive shit, believe it is. It's all you. Some of us sad fools can't help it. Living in a bad mood. Shit hurts, then it only gets worse. They don't get it, not even the experts. But trust me, it won't last forever. You hit bottom, shit finally gets better. Some don't need bank to laugh and live on the bright side, whatever the path. When you hit 40 or 50, that's just half. Enjoy youth, cause that you don't get back. Forever revolves around you, that's your time. I'm living in mine too. How much positivity are you blind to? You only live once, I'll remind you.
Yay. For sure. Forever. Knowing is have to be. Yeah, I do.
1, 2, 3, 4. Willie motherfucking D is at the door with a 4-4, baby. My homie got a 380. I do it for myself and my kids and my old lady. Don't be looking all crazy trying to play us cheap. We just trying to figure out a way to eat. They say the blacks and the whites can't get along, but ICP and Ghetto Boys just did a song. Man, I work hard, so I play hard. Dick stay hard when I'm in my broad. It's a struggle every day, gotta play the card. Any way the wind blows, I'ma still pray to God. Even when I'm at odds, when my righteous side is forever like my life expired. They say I'm not a lyricist, they can talk that shit, but the rhymes that I spit don't last forever.
And we on this forever. That's right. Forever.
Again, if you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, anywhere we're live streaming, you can click the link in the description. You come join us live. My speakers here, it's going to be a dope meeting. The meeting will start at 8:30 and we'll play a couple of songs. Until then, my speaker is also mad and says I have a whole fiesta at my house and I didn't invite her. But this is not a fiesta. This is a clown party, and tonight is your initiation into Juggalos and recovery. So welcome home, bitch. Yeah.
In all my days, I never thought that they would take my 2 cents.
Yep.
I never thought I'd never need a new friend.
Yep.
That's why you see me playing in the blueprints.
Yep.
In all my days, I always knew I'd have to do it my way. Yep. Fuck them all, I'm traveling in my lane. Laughing as I pass them on the highway. Yep. Won't see me on a couch in the industry. Yep. They tryna keep me out like the Middle East. Yep. And shuffle nigga records like a cold case. Yep. I never held my breath, you finna feel the breeze. Yep. Welcome to the land of frenemies, where the remedy is 10 key and everybody been a G. Yep. Everybody say they coming with it, no breaks. Yep. Shit is funny, all the money they pretend to see. Yep. Know I probably been a problem since a proper youth, and mama used to live up in the whip. Yep. And you know I'm out in Vegas, I don't entertain it though, I'm just a minute from the strip. Yep. You know that I ain't phony, you could ask them, I don't even see the homies when they come through, bitch. I can do without the lip. When I'm grinding, you can find me in a bucket, I don't trip. Yep. At my computer with a muffin and a zip. Yep. Commuting with a sucker nigga chick. Yep. A fifth a day is nothing but a sip. Yep. If it's lit and eight, there's nothing but a rip. Yep. Never low unless we ducking from the pigs, don't shoot.
Y'all thought I was done, huh? Thought it was over. Shit, it ain't over. I'm just getting started in this motherfucker. Boondocks, the Scarecrow.
And these moments I can't take, that I feel like I might break. When did I get so down? Never thought I'd slow down. Was it over? Got sober. Didn't know what I might do. Then like hands from a priest, it hit me that
I knew I was a motherfucking beast. Ain't been too long, I've been sober. Blacked out most my damn life. Bitches get fucked and bent over. I got shot on the next wife. Y'all don't know but a little bit. My shit ain't been close to told. Always say that I'm losing it, but my soul ain't been close to soul. Angel on my shoulder and that devil in my right hand. Looking to Jehovah, empty bottles on the nightstand. Battle with delusion, cause battle with who close to me. So much damn confusion, didn't know who I supposed to be, but never no more. Repeat that, never no more. I see that coming from a mile away and never no more. Gonna be that same motherfucker with my head up in the cloud. Not just another motherfucker screaming, hey look at me now. Still rolling with that heat, a desert ego that'll never change. Quick to pull the trigger, now y'all fools is never out of range. Only thing you need to know, I got this, put that on my tat. Doc's a fucking monster resurrected, put that on a hat.
And these moments I can't take, that I feel like I might break. When did I get so down? Never thought I'd slow down. Was it over? Got sober. Didn't know what I might do. Then like hands from a priest, it hit me that
I knew I was a motherfucking beast. The worst thing that they ever did was let me get my mind right. They should've kept me on that shit, not let me get my rhyme tight. 19 days locked in the dark, y'all ain't think I was coming back. Dirty now, he ain't got the heart, but here I spit on another track. Hoping that these bastards ain't forgot how much they hate me. Hope they still be sleeping on and highly underrate me. Hope your girl still flicks a bean while you at work to my shit. Hope she use your credit card on iTunes when she buy it. Now I got this new shit, enjoy it now and live it up. First time that she hear this, gonna be the last time that she give it up. And you can put that on a tall tee with my number written under it so she can call me. Call me a motherfucker, call me lame as long as he.
Again, if you're watching on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, anywhere that we're live streaming, you can click the link in the description and join us live. The meeting's going to start here in about 6 minutes. I'm going to play one more song before the meeting starts. And we start the recordings. I've added all of you in this room as co-hosts. If you go to leave the meeting, don't click end the call for everyone. Click just leave the meeting. Thank you. Until then, I'm going to play one more song.
Listen. Listen. This music is like a drug. And I got no problem telling y'all, I'm addicted.
Look up in the sky, no cake, no bird, no plane. Nobody by my side, no hate, no hurt, no pain. Money on my mind, no lie, more life decisions. But I'm on another high when I get my prescription. Shit. I know everybody knew exactly what the fuck would happen if they gave me what I needed. The proof is in the passion, we adapt to circumstances on the path to keep us breathing. My adversaries handing me calamities, their family gon' have to do some breathing. And really, I don't wanna do it, I'm a nice guy, not if they provide high treason. Make sure you on the right side, it could be your lifeline, try not to entice my heathens. They fancy me a nice guy, only if the lights line, when it comes to time, I'm bleeding. But when it comes to grind, I'm focused. Oh shit, must be out your mind, bitch. Hocus pocus. Isn't worth your time, have to know this. They really have the size like a blowfish, blowing, pine by the ocean. No longer blinded by emotion. Attention to the time I quit the potion. They're pretentious and perpetually blinded off the dope and go infinite to defend it, homie. I don't get the notion. Niggas dragging they behind like a 6'4". Is that the homie by your side or your bitch, bro? Niggas promise they define like they big hoe. On a bike and trying to ride, but that shit broke. Get an opportunity, a dime, and they gon' hate. Fuck the money in my mind, I am pissed poor. Know they haunted by the chances that they won't take. But I'ma put it on the line like a big toe. For the niggas doing time for what they won't say. And the women keeping it tight for when they lock down. They tryna beat you at the game they know you don't play. So keep your head up, homie, even when it's hot style. Look up in the sky, no cake, no bird, no plane. Nobody by my side, no hate, no hurt, no pain. Money on my mind, no lie, more life decisions. But I'm on another high when I get my
Never off on my prescription. Music always knew it was a drug. I'ma let it get me high, never off on my prescription. Not the one to try to keep it firm. I feel like I'm finna die until I got my prescription. Got me feeling like I am in love, and it take me for a ride, about to fill up my prescription. Music always knew it was a drug. I'ma let it get me high, never off on my prescription.
Through these niggas like it's Soul Train. No regrets, I've been a weapon since a no name. Never did forget to show respect and make them hoes pay. Knowing it be turning shitty quickly when the goals fame. You won't see me in somebody's shadow, made my own lane. See, when you working with these niggas, it's a cold game. Know to stay on top of mine, and bitch, I need the whole thing. Fuck the water shooter in her eye like I got no aim, no shame. Hit it, but I don't even know the hoe's name. She let me beat it and repeat it and with no feet. But don't be looking for somewhere to hang that coat, babe. Outside of my family, not many people know me. Baby, I'm an introvert. Come off as a prick at first. Puffin' on the zipper perp, little bit of codeine, no lean. Get the nurse, sick of liquor with the turf. Hit me when I kick a verse. Without you, there's no me. Go team, never been somebody for the spotlight. Half the shit I make, I think it's not tight. See, I don't have an ego, I am not like those who think of heroes ain't no sequel when it's on sight. Shit, I've been in the dark, no, I lost light. It's been a test of heart, dealt with all types. Long nights, rapping over beats, 1, 2. Make a dream come true. On my knees, hoping God might frog like. Niggas wanna try me, it's a boss fight. When the bark can stop us, when the dog bite. It's hard to make a profit if you on ice. So we knuckle up and kill each other for a long life. For the mansion Maserati and a hot wife. For the followers turn hollow, taking no blame. Make a milli and don't even have to talk right. Niggas tryna sell a picture but with no frame. They addicted, this is cocaine. Look up in the sky, no cake, no bird, no plane. Nobody by my side, no hate, no hurt, no pain. Money on my mind, no lie, more life decisions. But I'm on another high when I get my
Never off on my prescription. Music always knew it was a drug. I'ma let it get me high, never off on my prescription. Not the one to try to keep it firm. I feel like I'm finna die until I got my prescription. Got me feeling like I am in love, and it take me for a ride, about to fill up my prescription. Music always knew it was a drug. I'ma let it get me high, never off on my prescription. Prescription. Music always knew it was a drug. I'ma let it get me high, never off on my prescription. Not the one to try to keep it firm. I feel like I'm finna die until I got my prescription. Got me feeling like I am in love, and it take me for a ride, about to fill up my prescription. Music always knew it was a drug. I'ma let it get me high, never off on my prescription. Music always knew it was a drug. I'ma let it get me high, never off on my prescription. Not the one to try to keep it firm. I feel like I'm finna die until I got my prescription. Got me feeling like I am in love, and it take me for a ride, about to fill up my prescription.
Whoop, whoop, everybody. Welcome to another Sober Soldier Sundays. It is nice to see all your beautiful faces here, all the mom, dads, dad, moms, fathers, all the juggalos in recovery, all the people on my porch, which is about 6 of us, and all the people in this room. It is super dope to see you this Sunday. I asked one of my friends to speak. She has been a big part of my recovery and my journey over this last 4 or 5 years. There's things I would not have been able to get done with this female by my side. She's definitely seen me go through some shit, and I've seen her go through some shit, and I know she is a strong woman and solid in her recovery. One of my few trusted friends, I should say. And she's not a juggalo, but she definitely fucks with all us juggalos in recovery in South Florida. So much to the point, for my birthday, she buys me stuff with hatchet men and hats that say "Show me your butthole," and like she's all about our shenanigans. She finds it super amusing. She's another one of those. She's not a juggalo, but she definitely is. She just doesn't know it. And with that, I am going to give you my friend Shirley. And after she gets done sharing, just take your turns, raise your hands, unmute your mic, be respectful. And all of you in this meeting are a co-host. So if you go to leave the meeting, don't end the call for everybody. Just click leave the meeting. And with that, I give you Shirley.
Whoa. Thank you, Brian. Thanks for inviting me to come speak at your meeting. And you know, the feeling goes both ways. Like, you're one of the people that I count on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you fucking check me when you need to check me, and you tell me things the way that they are, and I so appreciate that. So, like Brian said, my name is Shirley. I'll go, you know, a little bit backwards, and then, you know, go forward. So I grew up in New York. You know, like, my household was like super chaotic
Hey,
growing up.
just so you know, juggalos in recovery, you don't have to be all like 12-step places. So you can go no holds bar here, okay?
All right. So, like I said, like, my house was chaotic. Like, I thought that, you know, fist fighting in the fucking front porch was normal. Like, the cops being called, like, all those things were like super normal. And like, growing up in a household like that, like, all it taught me was to be like super secretive. Like, you don't talk about what goes on in the house. You don't tell people your business. And I also learned that, you know, I can't trust anybody, you know, and I took that kind of thinking and I just ran with it, you know, like, I don't trust anybody and you can't trust me either. Then we end up moving down to Miami, and that's when I like start to realize, like, when I start going to like my friends' houses and stuff like that, I'm like, yo, like, all right, well, you know, I've been here, coming here a couple of days, like, their parents aren't fighting. Like, there's no being plates, there's not cups being thrown at each other. Like, you know, like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, I start to put two and two together. Like, maybe my family's not so normal. You know what I mean? So I make a decision, you know, that I need to get as far away from these fucking people as I possibly can. And my kind of like aspirations at that time as a little kid was like, as soon as I turn 18, I am going to join the military and I'm out of here. Like, I can't deal with these people. They don't understand me. Like, no, I thought that nobody in the world was going through the same type of pain that I was going through. Like, nobody understood me. I just felt like I couldn't talk to anybody. I couldn't trust anybody. So, you know, for a girl, I think, I mean, for me, that was like super difficult. You know what I mean? Like, but then around when I'm like 11, I finds out that like I have to have a kidney removed, right? So I have to have this surgery, this major surgery, and I realize that the military is not an option for me anymore. And I remember waking up from that surgery and I was like angry. I was fucking angry at the world. Like, I just wanted to burn shit, you know, like, I was just pissed. Like, you know, I can't even describe or like put it into words. Like, I was resentful at my parents. I was resentful at God for doing this to me. Like, I'm just pissed, you know, and I'm gonna make it everybody's fucking problem. Because if I'm feeling some kind of way, I expect everybody to feel some kind of way, you know. And you know, like my parents tried, you know, like they can see that I was like, they could sense that like something was up with me, you know what I mean? And they tried their best, like, you know, they took me to a psychiatrist and tried to put me on medication and like all this bullshit. You know, like getting fucking evaluations and like all types of shit. And, you know, but I'm semi smart, you could say, and I know how to bullshit and I know how to like work the system. So like, you know, no, your daughter's normal. It's just, you know, that's just the way she is, I guess. Um, but then, you know, around that age, I'm like 11, 12, like I start smoking weed. Like that was like my first thing that I like picked up was just like the weed. Um, like I started getting into trouble at school, like, you know, getting, you know, suspended, like stupid shit, you know, like always like in that fucking classroom where they have the bad kids. I don't remember what that shit's called, but you know, like that's where like my behavior led me. Um, you know, like I around like 13, 14, I find out what AA is, right? Because I get Marchman acted at that age. And I find out what the rooms are like, but you know, I'm young, you know, I'm like, I don't, what the fuck is this shit? Like, you guys want to hang out and go drink coffee in a dark ass room? Like, because back in the days you could smoke cigarettes in the rooms, and I'm like, you know, like, what the fuck is this shit? You know, like I still want to party. Like, what are you know what I mean? How are you gonna tell me that I need to not smoke weed and drink fucking Alizé with my friends? You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you gonna tell me this? And I'm just like, yeah, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I'm not doing this. Um, so like, I just keep getting in trouble, right? Like, I'm skipping school. The cops are bringing me back to school. Like, my dad's like hiding in bushes and shit outside my house, trying to like peep who I come home with because it's like 9, 10 o'clock at night and I didn't go to school and they already know. It's just a fucking shit show. Like, really, really, really. But like, I don't care. Like, I would take their car when they were sleeping. Um, you know, like my mom was like super like abusive. You know what I mean? So my thinking was, I mean, what are you gonna do to me? You're gonna ground me? I'll fucking walk out that door and I'll take your car. How's that? You know what I mean? You're gonna beat me? You already fucking beat me. The only thing about this point you can do is kill me. You know, and I know you're not gonna do that. You know what I mean? So I just did what the fuck I wanted to do when I wanted to do it. You know what I mean? Like, and like I said, like they tried, you know what I mean? Like they thought the problem was my friends, so they moved me from schools and shit like that. Because of course their little princess isn't the problem, right? It's the bad kids. You know what I mean? It's the bad kids that she hangs out with. Like, we got to get her away from those kids because they're corrupting my daughter. You know what I mean? Little did they know. Yeah, she's not a fucking princess. You know what I mean? I get to high school and I find, you know, I discover the coke, the ecstasy, in high school. Get this little boyfriend, this little white boy. He introduces me to ICP. I find out what a fucking hatchet man is. I'm like, all right, okay. And I discover Xanax. And god damn it, Xanax was my first love, honestly, was the Xanax. Because I could get super, super fucked up and not really remember shit. You know what I mean? Like, it was like a fucking magical teleportation device. Like, I take that shit, and then all of a sudden it'd be the next day. You know what I mean? And I'd have to like quickly try to piece together, like, okay, what did I do? You know, and like, and for the first time, like when I took that Xanax, like I felt like I could relax. Like I could finally like be myself. Like all that like awkwardness like was gone. Like I had no fears. Like I just felt like I was better on it. Like it just gave me like a confidence. It just made everything fun. Like it just, that's what I wanted every single day was Xanax. Like, um, so, you know, like I said, I fucking didn't go to school. I skipped school, you know, whenever I could. And I drop out, you know. They pretty much give me a choice like, well, bitch, you don't come to school anyways. You might as well just drop out. And I did. Around this time, like it's me and my brother putting my parents through bullshit, right? Because like if I started getting high when I was like 12, my brother was like maybe 10. My brother was like on some shit like, oh, you're going out with your friends. If you don't let me go with you, I'm gonna tell mom and dad what the fuck you're doing, right? So of course his little ass is coming around with us, and you know what I mean? Like, so she's like, yeah, we gotta, you know, because the problem's not us, right? Now the problem is the United States, right? So she takes us to Colombia. And at this point, I start going like really hard. Like in Colombia, if any of you guys know or whatever, like cocaine's cheap as fuck. Like you could get whatever you want for a couple bucks. You know what I mean? I start drinking more or less pretty much every day. I just take that shit like it's my job. Like partying was my job. Um, and then I'm like, okay, well, I'm like 18 at this point. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go back to Miami. I'm gonna get my life together, quote unquote. And I come back to the States, and me and my friend get this bright idea that we're gonna go start working in strip clubs. You know, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go get this money, right? So I start doing that, and I start selling shit on the side too, right? And like one night, my dad, back in the days, right? This is like 03, 04. I had a flip phone. My friend calls the flip phone. I can't hear what he's saying. You know, reception's not like how it is today. I call him back from the house phone. He doesn't answer, but he calls me back. And of course, it wakes up everybody in the fucking house. And my dad walks in. He does fucking stealth mode into my room and catches me red-handed on my bed with the whole fucking party kit on my bed. And like, you know, out of like pure embarrassment, because like I couldn't even look my dad in the eye. Like I was just so embarrassed, you know. I was like, all right, like I guess it's time for me to dip out. And so, you know, I move out. So like at this point, you know, I have all the money that I want. I have all the drugs that I want. Shortly after I meet my son's father, and you know, at that age, I don't really want to be in a relationship. Like, you're impeding me partying my ass off. You know what I mean? Like, you're getting in my way, you know? So I leave him. Then a month or two later, I find out that sure enough, I got a little, you know, little bun in the oven. And, you know, like for the first time, like I really wanted to turn my life around, right? Because now I have like a responsibility that I've never had before. Um, and so I'm like, all right, I need to get away from all these people. And I moved back to New York. For a while there, things are good. Like, I'm really trying to do the right thing, you know, like, I'm really trying to get my head right. Um, and I end up having to have my son early because I have this thing called preeclampsia, which is like where they can't control my blood pressure, right? So he has to be born premature. And so I have to have a C-section, right? And then, of course, they hit me IV with that opiate. And I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck is this? And where has this been all my life? Um, I don't really know about opiates like that, like, but I just knew that, like, it felt like I had been hugged, like, by God. Like, it just felt like a warm blanket, you know, over me. And you know, I have my son, right? So now, you know, I realize I need money, you know, because I find out my son's father just got a 10-year federal got a federal sentence. So now I'm like, all right, I need money, right? So I go back to the clubs, and I start going really, really hard again, you know, because, you know, I'm not pregnant anymore. It's time to fucking party, right? Um, then I have a car accident. And, you know, part of the thing, you know, when you're in a car accident, you got to go to this doctor, to this doctor, to that doctor, because you're trying to get paid at the end. And I get put on Dilaudid and I get put on morphine. So now I know what a withdrawal feels like. Now I know, you know, what it is to get sick. You know what I mean? But I'm like, okay, you know, as long as I have these pills, like, I'm good, you know? Um, Everything in my life is good, but like on the other side of it, like, I'm working all night, sleeping all day, like my mom's taking care of my kid. Um, it's just, you know, like, it's just like a, you know, just I was still with that like mentality of like partying, drinking, smoking, you know, like whatever it is, let's fucking run with it. Like, let's do that. Um, so, you know, years go by. I come back to Florida, and, you know, everybody could see that I had a major fucking problem. Um, so, you know, I do a couple attempts. Well, I shouldn't really call them attempts because I wasn't trying to get sober. I was just trying to get everybody to leave me the fuck alone and, like, you know, just focus, like, trying to buy some time pretty much. But every time I go into these treatment centers, I get out and within a couple hours, I'm high again because I don't want to get sober at this point. Like, I just don't. I just want people to stay out of my business, right? You know, I was the type of person that I would go missing for days on end. You know, they would have to, like, my parents would have to call and see if I was locked up. You know, if they knew where I was, they do welfare checks on me. You know, shit like that. You know, I go through treatment a couple of times, but like I said, I don't want to stay sober. Um, and then I discover fentanyl, right? I discover fentanyl, and I'm on that run for years. And, you know, then COVID hits. Then COVID hits, right? And I am isolated. Like, by this point, my mom had taken my son to Colombia. I'm living by myself. I can't see anybody because, everybody's gonna die. It's fucking COVID. You can't talk to nobody because God forbid they cough on you, all that shit that we live through. And I'm more isolated that I've ever been. And, you know, it was literally the darkest point in my life. I just wanted like all the suffering and all the pain and like all the bullshit that had happened to me to stop. Like the drugs weren't doing what the drugs used to do for me. Like they weren't masking my issues anymore. They were I was just maintaining. Um I was just doing what I was doing to not get sick. It wasn't fun anymore for me. Um I'm like pretty much using to kill myself because in my sick mind, if I overdose, then it's technically not a suicide. And I feel like that would be a softer blow for everybody. And that's just where like my head was at that time. Um So, and I'm alone. Like I said, like my mom's gone, like my son's gone. He was like pretty much the only thing I was semi trying to keep it together for was for him. And now they're gone, right? And um so I'm using every day, but like the last time that I had gone to treatment, my mom looked me dead in my eyes and told me, this is the last time that I'm going to do any attempt to help you. This is the last time. Because she had sponsored all my other fucking rehab vacations, right? And so I knew, like, I know my mom well enough that when she says something, she means it. So I started doing all the things, like, right? I get health insurance, I get, like, but I keep procrastinating. Like I keep procrastinating. I'll figure this out tomorrow. I'll figure somewhere to go tomorrow. Like it just days kept going by. Days kept going by. Um, at that time, I had an Airbnb business. Now quarantine, so I'm, like I have nothing, no way of making any money. So I start driving Uber. And one day something happens, right? I'm driving Uber. This girl gets in my car and I overhear her conversation. In her conversation, she's talking to her brother and she's telling her brother that she works at a detox. She's sober now. She's happy. She's helping other people. She's doing good. Like she has all these 1,001 goals, but I could see the happiness in her face. Like I could see that this chick had made like she had changed. Like, I didn't know her before, but I knew that if she was using, it's because she had some type of pain that she was trying to mask, and I could identify with her. And I could identify with um that whole thing, right? Of like I don't want to use anymore, right? But I don't know how to change at this point, I don't know how to change my life because like I said, the other times I had gone to treatment, I can't tell you what they talked about. I can't tell you what happened there. I was just going to, like I said, shut my family up and maybe, meet a guy in there or a girl, whatever, and so then, like I realized that, like I can't keep putting this off anymore, um and I knew people were getting sober, um because you have H&I come in to these treatment centers. So I knew that somebody somewhere was doing it. I just had to figure out now where. And she gets off the phone, and I'm just like, as she's having this conversation, I'm like, fuck, I hope that I don't have to drop her off, and like I can talk to this girl and like get some information about, like where she works, whatever. She gets off the phone, and I'm talking to her or whatever, and I'm fucking super emotional like at this point, because I'm like, I'm at my wit's end at this point. So she gets off the phone, and sure enough, they take my insurance, and they could take me immediately. So, I get there, and I didn't realize how hard this was going to be, right? Because at this point, I got a couple $100s a day habit. This is years and years and years of me using fentanyl. Like this shit is gonna be rough, but I'm thinking that it's not. I've done this before, I've detoxed before, I'm gonna be all right. I'm thinking I just gotta get the fentanyl out of my system, and I'll be good to go. you know I'm not doing the meetings, I'm not doing the program, I'm just gonna go to detox, and I'll get out and I'll be fine. um and where I ended up going was a blind detox. And for those of you that don't know, a blind detox is where you go in and they don't tell you what they're giving you. They just give you a bunch of shit, and you never find out exactly what it was that you took. Um, and I even joke about it when I get there, like, oh, I'm gonna be fine, I'm gonna go do this little whatever 7-10 day detox. I'll get out, and my life will be perfect again. Um, and yeah, that wasn't happening. I go into precip in detox, and all I could do at that time was pray. Like, I asked God for help because I was just so miserable. Like, I literally thought that I was gonna die. So I just talked to my what I thought, what I think is God, whatever, whoever was listening, right? Take this feeling away from me. Like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I can't keep doing this shit to myself. Like, fuck, somebody help me is the prayers that I'm making in this detox room. And I felt better. Then a couple days later, they give me some other shit, and I fucking start hallucinating. I don't know. It just, it was just my like, I think about it now, and it's like, kind of like, yeah, you thought this shit was gonna be easy, bitch. I got something for that ass. Like, you're gonna have the worst detox experience, so you never fucking forget how you walked in this place. um I've been playing with my life so for such a long time that I feel like that's just how I learn. Like, I don't learn until something fucking drastic happens to me. Um, and in that detox, something happens, right? Like, I meet these people that are techs, right? And they are talking about how they were in addiction, and now they're sober. And I'm seeing them, they're coming to work day after day, and they're not fucking dopes. Like, and I'm like, damn, like, I start to have like some sort of hope that if I do what they're doing, then I can get sober. That's when I first really start to contemplate that, like, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Like, I can get my life together. Um, like, I realized, yeah, I could always make the money for my drugs, but like, I knew that my fucking headspace was not good. Like, it was in the worst shape that it had ever been in my life. Um, at that point, I was more scared of staying the same than taking a leap of faith and doing what these people were doing. Um, so I get out, I'm about to go home, and I realize that I have a shit ton of drugs at my house. And I'm like, fuck, like, because that's what I did. Like, I always hid a little stash away, for when I got home, and I get out of detox, but in that detox, my mentality had changed. My hope of being able to, like I said, being able to get better was awakened, and I got out of detox. I found the nearest meeting, and I ran my ass to that meeting. Um, on the way home, I got to call this lady that I've never met in my life, that a tech actually gave me her phone number to come and help me clean out all the fucking shit that I had in my house. And I get home and I start finding shit. After she's gone, after I think that I'm safe and I cleaned everything out, I start finding shit. And I'm like, fuck, the little energy that I had in my body was enough to just go to the toilet and flush that shit down the toilet. But like, I knew that if I kept cleaning and I kept finding shit, that I possibly wasn't gonna make it. Like, I knew that. So I'm like, I need to be locked away somewhere. Like, I need to go somewhere. Like, I can't, being in this apartment by myself. It's not gonna end well. Um, and my mom happened to be in town for those days. So I go to her and I tell her what's going on with me. And I don't know where I'm gonna go. I don't, really have anybody to help me find what treatment center I'm gonna go to. So I call the detox. It's a fucking Sunday, and I'm thinking, it might be a couple days until they can find me somewhere to go. And within 30 minutes, they call me back. They're like, they're picking you up from this place in Stewart, and pack your shit. You're gonna go to Stewart. And at this point, I'm like, all right, I have nothing else to cling on to. Like, this, I had to trust that this process. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. I'm getting emotional. I'm an emotional bitch, y'all. I'm sorry. I cry for everything. But like, I knew that a little part of me knew that if I took this leap of faith, that everything was gonna work out. I don't know why. It just did. I was one of those people that showed up to treatment with my whole life. Like, I had like fifth, no lie, like fucking 5 or 6 suitcases, fucking trash bags, like everything. Because I just knew one thing was that I was not gonna go back to Miami. I was done with that old lifestyle. I wanted no parts of it. I needed to change everything. And I figured the first thing I could change is where I live. Like I said, I didn't know where I was going to end up. I didn't know what a fucking sober house was. I didn't know none of that shit. I didn't know that these things existed. I just knew I was going to treatment and I wasn't going back to Miami, and I will figure it out because I always figure shit out. And I'm driving up to Stewart, and I give up my apartment. I sit down with my landlord. I'm like, listen, here's your keys. I'm moving everything out. It was a shit show. My things go to my dad's house, my grandma's house. Everybody takes my shit because I'm out. Like, And on the way up there, I changed my phone number. I got rid of all the contacts. I blocked everybody on social media. Everybody from my past that was involved with that lifestyle, if they could get me drugs, they had to go. They had to go, and on the drive up there, that's what I did. Um, I did, the 30 whatever days in treatment, but like, I was still like, I still had this anger. Like, I still had this, like, in treatment, I'm still acting the same fucking way that I acted when I was out on the streets. Like, I was fucking always getting in trouble for shit because this bitch looked at me some kind of way, or this bitch said some slick shit, and I don't give a fuck, bitch. You're gonna fucking, like, respect me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the way I had to deal with my life. Like, I didn't know no better. I honestly did not know any better. Um, then I got out of treatment. I meet Bryant and Artesian, and I'd like to say that I got down to business, and I was like, huh?
You met me in treatment.
Brian, I don't remember, bro. I was still on fucking Seroquel and all that bullshit, bro. I know that you came in to speak a couple times, but I'll say that I fell in love with you at Artesian. I was like, this right here, this little weird fucking white guy, I love this guy. I don't know why. He's super weird. But I fucking love this guy. And he told me about his story and, like, his fucking crazy Jacksonville fucking stories that he fucking tells, and like all this shit. And like I said, like, I want to say that I got into the big book immediately, and I went through my steps, and fucking yes. No, bro. I am a stubborn bitch. I only change when I get fucking desperate enough, and yeah, it was like, that's when I make the major moves in my life. Like, for the first year and a half of my sobriety, like, I did that shit out of spite. Like, I stayed sober out of spite. Because when I was in treatment, a therapist told me that only 2 of us in the room were going to stay sober. And I was like, well, you know what? I'm going to show you. I'm going to be one of those 2. And, but I kept, like, slacking on the, like, internal work. Like, I didn't have the willingness yet. Like, I thought that I could still run the show. Like, I thought that I knew better than everybody, I really did. Like, I just, eventually what ended up happening was I just got miserable enough. I started isolating myself again. And I just fucking couldn't do it no more. I was like, let me give the fellowship like a real try. Like, I was still going to meetings and stuff like that, but like, that'll only get you so far, and I was at a year and some change at this point, like, the meetings and the rooms and the fellowship had held my hand, but like, now it was my time to do what I needed to do. And like, I learned that, like, my thinking was so fucked. Like, so fucked, that, like, I needed to let go of that resentment to God and to everybody. And like, my fucking character defects and like all this bullshit. And I'm like, like, I realized that, like, the world's gonna be the world, and I need to change, right? I need to change. I can't change anybody, but I can change my world, like my little piece of Shirley's bubble. Like, that I can control, and that only that I can make better. and like I received the gift of self-awareness, you know, having like to constantly like check myself, like my fucking motives, like, like just getting to know who the fuck I really am without the drugs. Like, what do I even like? Like, what do I even like to do? Because what I like to do was party. Like, I honestly did not know any better. Um, and it's been a while, it's been a while since I've had to, like, since I've done some like really fucked up shit. And that's a really, really good thing, like I work now with people that are in like early recovery, and I get to be there for them and I get to show up for them. I've worked in treatment for the past like 3 years. Um, I have all the things that I need, right? I'm at peace. Like I can look at myself in the fucking mirror and not feel shitty about myself and not feel like I did some fucked up shit to somebody. I think that that's like one of the biggest blessings, right? Like I get to show up for my family. Like they don't have to worry about where the fuck I am and if I'm even alive, because like that's what they had to do, is like call these places and like try to look for me because they can't find me because I'm fucking selfish and I don't want to pick up the phone because you're gonna fuck up my eye. You know what I mean? But like I'm a work in progress. I'm still trying to make amends to my son, which is like, the hardest one. I have a whole 16-year-old that he's quick to tell me the times that I didn't show up for him, and what can I say to that? Because it's true. I didn't show up for him. I put my lifestyle in front of everybody. I put it in front of everybody. If you were stopping me from what I wanted to do, like you had to go. And that was for everyone. Like my son was not immune to my way of thinking, you know? And like I said, like I have everything that I want. I have a job that I got through recovery. I have a place to lay my head at night. Like, you know what I mean? Like all the things that I need, I have. And if I don't have it yet, it's because I don't need it right now. You know what I mean? And that's just how it is. Like I don't have any friends that get high anymore. Like that's just not a part of my life, and nor do I want to. But I really had to break everything down of the person that I was to become the person that I am now. And I was only able to do that because I met great people, like Bryant, fucking Panda, like Noel, like all these people, you know what I mean, that like are in the rooms, you know what I mean, and like keep me together. And like Bryant, like checking me, like, yo, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, like get your shit together, So, I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful because my life could have gone another way. I could have kept running and running and running and, really, really fucked my life up worse than I already did. That's all I got, y'all.
Thank you so much, Shirley. I love it. And real story, she came with a group of 20 to the halfway house I manage, and she is the only one I know that isn't dead, that's still sober, that isn't back out there running again. Like, and I totally relate to that. When I first got sober, it was out of spite. I'm gonna show all you motherfuckers that thought I wasn't shit that I will be something. I'm gonna show myself who I thought I wasn't shit because of everybody thinking I'm not shit, that I could be something, And just love you to death. I'm going to open the room. It's your meeting, not mine. Raise your hand. I'm muting your mic. You can share.
Shirley. I really appreciate your share. A lot of really good stuff in there. Uh, for me personally, like that relationship that you had with your kid where you wanted to be that person for them and like the disease just wouldn't allow you to put everything down long enough to really take the time to do it, you know? Um, I'm not going to stay too much in the problem part of everything for myself, but I will say that recovery for me has given me the opportunity to be at in the relationship that I have with my daughter today. She she texted me this morning and she was like, you know, hey dad, happy Father's Day. Made my whole day. First time. She's 12 years old. I haven't really been there for her since she was 2 a whole lot, you know, off and on, more off than on, you know. And it just made me realize like where my life's at today and how much I have to owe, you know what I mean, to the people before me that taught me how to do what I do nowadays, and to be able to pass that down to somebody else somewhere along the line, you know, that maybe I get to help somebody else somewhere. And that's what you did, man. Like you helped me, you helped my gratitude meter boost up a little bit whenever I was thinking about myself back when I was in my mess, you know, like how I was selfish, you know, self-centered. I didn't care about what anybody else wanted. I mean, I acted like I did, you know, but there was, like you said, you know, I always had ulterior motives to everything that I did, where I was going to be nice to you just long enough for me to get what I needed, you know. And I really like how you brought to light the way that this program. Hold on, son. Hold on, buddy. I really like the way that you brought to light how this program um, helps us to check ourselves in those moments where we're like, hey, what are my motives in this situation? You know, because without this program, I would still be running around thinking that it was okay to use everybody that I needed, you know, and that I was just supposed to be the center of the universe. Um, thank you guys. Thank you, Shirley. Appreciate your share.
Thanks, Frankie. Yeah, I mean, people don't get it unless you are an addict to alcoholic. You know, once we cross that line of no return, you know, the addiction's above everything else. It doesn't matter, kids, jobs, wives, husbands, all the people that get caught in the crosshairs. Like, the drug is our higher power and everything else gets back burned, and we can never make up for the time we've lost with people. But moving forward, all we could do is be the best person right then and now, and hope that relationships get fixed, and moving forward be the best person that we can be, you know, and try to teach the others around us, you know, where we fell short and what that did to our lives. Panda, you got something?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Panda. Word. So Shirley, you know I love the shit out of you, and I love your whole thing you got going on about you. You know, you're one of the happiest people in the room, and you light the room up when you walk into it. I look forward to seeing you every time I get to see you. But I can relate to the fact that when I was getting high, my family didn't want nothing to do with me. My friends didn't want nothing to do with me. The Juggalos didn't want nothing to do with me. I was going to shows and people were like, "Dude, you look like shit." And you know, people always telling me that I was not going to be shit, that I was on my way out the door. Doctors told me that I only had a couple years left to live because of my drinking. And I welcomed the death. I welcomed when the doctor told me that I had pre-cirrhosis, I was like, fuck it, let's keep drinking. And I was like, I'm just going to drink myself to death. And I was living in my car, and I'm like, fuck it, I don't have no reason to live. I'm literally working 2 jobs and panhandling just to make it by. And I'm not even eating food. I'm just drinking alcohol and going to the bar every day and waking up sick as a fucking research monkey. And wasn't until I came to Florida and God showed himself to me in multiple ways, but I mean, it took for me to be pretty fucking beaten down by my fucking alcohol addiction to want to reach out for help, you know? And I've been to 18 different treatment centers, fucking 16 of them being in the last 3 years, you know? I mean, but this is the first time in my journey that I felt some type of relief. I don't feel like I need to get high today. I don't feel like I need to drink today. I like sometimes I'll have a thought, you know, it'll be a fleeting thought, like, oh, so a drink will make this feel better whenever I'm like down and depressed and in my dumps and shit. But those days are few and far between nowadays, you know, because I've surrounded myself by all these people that want nothing to more than to see me succeed. I don't have any using friends on my phone. My whole phone's full of AA people and fucking, you know, I went home to go see my mama last week. And fucking, I was on the phone the whole time with people down here. And my whole family was like, why are you always on the phone with these people back home when you haven't seen us in years? And I'm like, these people are keeping me sober here going through what I'm going through. You know? Yeah, I went to meetings every day when I was there, but that wasn't the same as the fellowship and shit that I built down here in Florida. These people in Florida fucking actually give a shit about me and they fucking are my real friends. I got a handful of friends, you know what I'm saying? And most of them are right here in South Florida. And I wouldn't trade it for the world because without these group of little degenerate motherfuckers, I wouldn't be sober. You know, I found my home in these rooms down here, and I found like-minded people that hold me accountable, that call me on my shit all the time. You know, if I'm acting up and if I'm doing something stupid that I probably shouldn't be doing, they'll fucking check me. Or if I'm fucking getting back into the mode that I used to be in all the time, I get checked. People be like, I'm worried about you. You know, so today I just live for today. I don't worry about tomorrow because tomorrow's going to be a shit show anyways. So I'm just going to live my life one shit show at a time.
Hell yeah. Anybody else got anything? I know everybody's name here. I know some people got some shit. Go ahead, Anthony.
Oh, then first of all, thank you for your share, Shirley. I was listening to I think that was Panda right there that was just talking. That when the doctor told him he was gonna die if he kept drinking, he just doubled down on his drinking. That's what when they told me the same thing about my smoking, told me I have emphysema, I just sort of doubled down on my smoking, hoping to try to, if this is the final chapter of my life, try to push it on along and get it done sooner rather than later. Look, I can relate to that. Doing something to the extreme until it's bad for you, and then just saying that's the way you're gonna kill yourself. It's kind of been my plan for the last couple of years.
Yeah, I think we all go through that. Like, look, like everybody knows that you can fucking overdose on fentanyl and like all this shit. Like, but who gives a fuck? Like, I would go to buy this shit, and when I'd be pulling up, like, I hear like, yo, 2-3 people just died off this shit. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Let me get that. Like, I got shit I gotta go do. And like,
Or even more so, you're like, oh, that's the good shit. That's the shit I want. You ever get that attitude? Yeah, they had to go
Yeah,
to the hospital. Oh man, that's the shit I want, man. Send me to the hospital.
the
yeah.
insanity.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane out there.
Yeah.
Yes, please go ahead, Allie.
Yeah, thank you for your share. I could definitely resonate with a lot of your story. My thing was a lot of the same shit that you were doing. I was big into heroin and my lungs were filling up with fluid. The doctors kept saying, your lungs are filling up with fluid. You're basically suffocating yourself. You're going to die. And I'm just like, fuck it. I just want to get high. Like, fuck this place. You know, but it wasn't until I reached detox and then inpatient treatment that the women that I surrounded myself with, like, taught me a new way to live. And that's when I was like, damn, like, this is how you live. Like, I never knew that you could actually live with, you know, a different, like, with a new head on your shoulders and like a new whole way of thinking, like, and having to like rewire your brain, you know, and retrain your thoughts after all the shit that you were doing, like, out there, you know, and getting stuck in a facility. You have to, you know, switch it up. But I just wanted to say thank you for your share. It was amazing. I really took it to heart, and yeah, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great.
Thank you, Alicia.
Mage.
All right. I resonated with a lot of that, like real heavy, especially that shit about what are you gonna fucking do to me? You're not gonna fucking kill me. Like I lived that shit fucking hard. Like fucking I got that in my mind at like 9 or 10 years old. They put my bitch ass in a children's home. And then I came out of there and I was like fucking I went to a place where I fucking came out and we're called fucking survivors for coming out of that fucking place. And when I came out of that place, couldn't nobody tell me a fucking thing. And that's when everything went the fuck downhill was fucking as a teenager. Like I went into that place a fucking month after I turned 13 and I came out fucking at almost 15 as a fucking hardened fucking criminal with no fucking moral compass because nobody could punish me.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you were talking about the fucking Xanaxes, like whoo, like fuck, like I just had to come to terms with the fact I've lied to myself for years now and said I would never a junkie, never strung out on anything, but goddamn those Xanaxes. I fucking ate the living fuck out of them like sweet tarts.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was always the fun of what the fuck did I do the last few days? Like, and it always turned out I did some fucked up shit. but no, like overcoming a lot of that shit. Like I've had to overcome a lot of it too, and that shit's not easy. And fucking, I appreciate your share, and fucking, I'm glad you're here with us, homie.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
like Frankie said in the message, thanks for your service, and you're already part of the family. Welcome home. Jimmy, you got anything? You always got some fire to speak. Jimmy.
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 Josh, go ahead.
Would
Josh.
appear not.
Hey, Shirley. Thank you for your
Word up,
story. It's good to see
Josh.
you.
It's good to see you too.
Hell yeah. I was just thinking it's good to see how happy you are now. I remember back in the day going to the GAA meetings and whatnot, and we were like the only shy, quiet ones around. So it's good to see you out of your bubble now. And what isn't it a really cool thing to have to like be able to reshape your identity a second time?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was getting out of it when you were talking about even after being a year and a half in, being miserable and having to reshape who you are and what you like to do. Because I know I went in the opposite direction. I got miserable and I ended up going back out. And I didn't want to do the inner work yet, but I kind of needed that in order to kind of see who I really was, and now I get to reshape my identity, who I want to be sober, and I like this version a lot better. So you're an inspiration to me. A lot of people don't understand it, but like one of the biggest things for me is because I've been in and out of the rooms for so fucking long, is when I leave and I come back and I see someone that was there when I was there progress further along, and now they got 4, 5, 6 years, stuff like that. You see them happier, healthier, and sober looks really good on you. I will say that. And it's one of those inspirations to me that gives me hope. That I can get this and I can keep going on with it, and it's not going to be just miserable all the time. And it's just, it's those things that inspire me the most. Coming back in, and I'm coming up on a year in this month, so but I still got a shit ton of work to do mentally. But I remember what it's like coming in with just nothing, like this is your life now, starting from scratch. And honestly, sometimes that's the start that we need, when you have all those attachments from the past,
That's the shit that weighs us down and keeps bringing us back. You know, I was grateful when I was able to get